This video is sponsored by Squarespace. From websites and online stores to marketing tools and analytics, build your online presence with Squarespace. Hey everyone, I'm Ace of Clay and welcome to another sculpting video. If you're new here, I'm a sculptor and every week I make a new sculpture. Today we're in the hidden world and you get to meet the next mutant, the tattoo artist, which is just very different from any of the other mutants I've already released, and I really hope you enjoy her story. I will be sharing bits and pieces of it throughout this entire video, so make sure you watch the whole thing so you don't miss any details. And before we get started, I'm about to introduce you to my next plush, Otto the Raccoon Guide. He is available right now at aceofclay.com. He is the next guide character to join my plush collection. He is super high quality. Everything is embroidered. He's got a little bit of airbrushing on him, his trusty flashlight, of course, real buttons, a real bow tie, and fuzzy hair. He will come with a hang tag with his entire backstory on it, and he can also come autographed by me if you would like. So if you want to add this guy to your Ace of Clay plush collection, head on over to aceofclay.com and grab him before he's gone. And now without further ado, let's meet the next mutant. Alright, it's armature time. I've got my wooden plaque with holes drilled and I am shaping out the left and right sides of the Tattooist with my aluminum wire. And then we are going to wrap both sides together along with a third piece of wire for her neck. In the shadowy corners of the hidden world resides the tattoo artist, or the tattooist. Her name, whispered in hushed tones, evokes both awe and trepidation among those who know of her existence. Now I'm just bulking out her skinny torso with some Super Sculpey Ultralight, and we're going to pre-bake this. And once that's baked and cooled down, we're going to cover everything in our final layer of clay. For the majority of this project, I'm using some Super Sculpey Living Doll, starting by covering her torso with a nice even sheet of clay, and then I'm going to work my way down to her legs. Brushing on some Bacon Bond before you add any clay to this kind of aluminum alloy wire makes the clay stick very well, and it's a lot faster than wire wrapping, and in my opinion, it works just as well. Now, when I was designing this character, I wanted her to look not like your typical mutant. I wanted her to look fairly normal. She's just going to be this really skinny lady with bright neon colored clothing and lots of tattoos to go along with her story. And I had this vision and I just kind of went with it. She's very different, very weird, and I hope you guys like her. I think she turns out pretty cool. And you can be the judge of that once you're done watching. The Tattooist has an unexpected appearance. She's a caricature of her former self, once cursed by the entity. She is tall, lanky, and thin, with protruding bones. Her face morphed with exaggerated features, and the only essence of her previous appearance is her short, blunt, black bob. Alright, now we're just finishing up those legs, making them look extra bony by adding some more clay to the knees here, and then making sure everything is nice and smooth and blended. Now here's the beginning of her outfit, and I struggled with this quite a bit because I needed something that was going to show a lot of skin because I wanted to show that she was completely covered in tattoos. I didn't want to just allude to it. So we're going with like a tube top and a skirt. So I don't know, kind of 90s maybe, and then we're going to paint everything neon colors later on. So it's going to kind of go with that whole 90s vibe. I don't really know the genre, but that's kind of the route I'm going. I just wanted to keep it simple, and again, she's wearing something that no mutant has ever worn before. Now I'm going to go ahead and work on her chest, and because she's so skinny, I can't use my normal clothing technique where I just add the snake of clay and blend one side in with the rest of her body. I have to add the physical full pieces of clothing, so we're basically going to sculpt her naked and then add the pieces of clothing like a doll. Her once porcelain skin adorned with beautiful tattoo work is now a muddle of random signs and symbols of a cryptic language only she comprehends. Her attire, a simple neon top, black skirt, and vibrant blue shoes. It defies the typical cloaking of your average mutant. And now I'm just going to add some details to her shoes and get those finished up. for her top, we're just gonna give her a tube top type thing. I'm kind of going for like 90s punk rocker type vibe. Alright, now for the part that I've been looking forward to the most, which is her head. I have a very, very clear vision for this. And she's going to have, of course, very exaggerated features. She's going to have a really big chin, a really big nose, big forehead, and all of her features are going to kind of be condensed towards the top of her face. And before she was transformed by the entity, she was very beautiful but very vain, and part of her transformation was to make her look ugly, to exaggerate her features. After getting her eye sockets pushed in, you can see I shaped out the largest part of her nose here, the bridge and the tip, and then we're going to go in and smooth everything out and then add her nostrils. The tattooist's power lies not in brute force, but in her ability to manipulate ink. She can summon ink from thin air, shaping it into intricate patterns, symbols, or even living creatures. Her fingertips dance across her own skin, and the tattoos come alive, writing and pulsing with energy. Using my super poker and my spoon tool, we're shaping out those nostrils and making them look real nice. For her lips, we're going to start with the bottom lip, and I want to give her a sort of pursed look. So we're just going to pop this on, blend the bottom edge in with the rest of her chin, and then sculpt the upper lip separately and attach that. Her face is coming along nicely. Let's go ahead and add some more definition to her cheeks. Alright, we're going to take a quick break from our video to talk about our sponsor, Squarespace. Whether you're a big business, a small business, a freelance designer, or sculptor like me, Squarespace has everything you need to showcase your brand, sell your products, and more. I've been using Squarespace for over 5 years now, even before they started sponsoring me, and I could not be happier with my experience. Their products are so streamlined and so easy to use that managing my website, aceofclay.com, is truly a breeze. Some of my favorite features include the portfolios and galleries. In my line of work, I have to show my work to the world, and Squarespace's beautiful portfolios allow me to do just that. I have an online shop where I can sell stickers, plushes, posters, sculpting supplies, and more, and Squarespace makes everything so easy. And I'm not kidding when I say that. I can track my inventory, print shipping labels, I get notifications every time something sells. Everything I need is right there in the platform. You can even sell digital downloads. They really have everything you need to start selling online. And at this day and age, if you're an online business, you've got to have a social media presence, and Squarespace allows you to integrate all of your social media platforms into any page of your website. So if all of this sounds good, head on over to squarespace.com, start a free trial, and when you're ready to launch your website, go to squarespace.com/aceofclay to save 10% on your purchase of a website or domain using my code aceofclay. When she tattoos someone, she imprints her will upon them. A visit with her is a gamble for your future. The designs she scribes upon you are no mere decorative sketches. They carry a purpose. Those who bear her tattoos become bound to her will. Their loyalty is unwavering, but so is their vulnerability. The tattooist can manipulate them, turning allies into pawns. As you can see here, I added some more clay to give her some really high cheekbones. To even out her jawline, we're just going to add a little more clay. Now for the ears. Once those cheeks are nice and smooth, I just popped on a small piece of clay first and then added the ear on top of that just so it sticks out a little bit. Then we're going to blend that front edge in with the rest of her face and then shape out all the inner ear details. Now with a little bit of Bacon Bond, we're going to pop in her eyeballs. Legends speak of those who dared defy her, their tattoos twisted, their minds fractured. The tattooist's ink seeps into their consciousness, whispering dark secrets, urging them towards madness. And I just added a little mole right there. Nice extra touch. And I'm going over her skin with some Bacon Bond and clay softener mixed together. This is going to give it a nice texture and get her ready to be pre-baked before we work on her arms and her hair. After dabbing my brush all over her skin, getting rid of fingerprints, we're going to bake her. And once she's baked and cooled down, we're going to get her arms into their final position. And then we're going to sculpt her hair. Give her that nice, short, blunt, black bob with bangs. Very, very thick bangs. Once the shape of her hairstyle has been solidified, we're going to go in with our super poker and add some texture. Lots and lots of tiny lines. To receive her ink is to bargain with the unknown. Some tattoos grant power, but at a cost. Memories erased, emotions dulled, or lifespans shortened. The tattooist never reveals the price until it's too late. Now let's get her arms finished up. To give her hair some extra detail and more dimension, I'm going to poke in a bunch of little pieces of floral wire and I'll bend them downwards once she's baked. And for her hands, I'm using some Cos clay so that the fingers stay flexible after she's baked and I don't have to worry about them breaking off. And once her hands are done, we're going to go ahead and bake her one final time and then we can paint. And there we go, she's looking pretty good. The fingers are flexible. Just want to bend all that floral wire down and trim it to size and start painting her skin. When painting the skin for a character, I like to pick a color that is in between the darkest and lightest shades of the skin so that when I can go in with highlights and shadows and that medium tone will kind of pull everything together. And let's give her some black, dark, deep set eyes. The tattooist rarely speaks. her silence amplifying the mystique, her studio hidden in a forgotten alley, opens only to those desperate enough to seek her out. Those who emerge with her ink bear both privilege and curse. Sometimes dabbing the darker color around the eyes just fades out perfectly, and sometimes it doesn't. In this case, it didn't, so I went in with her skin color again and faded out those edges. Now using a darker tone of her skin, I'm going into all the nooks and crannies on her face, like the areas around her nose, her nasolabial creases, underneath her cheekbones, and all that. And I'm blending out any harsh lines with her base skin color. Now I'm going in with a lighter version of her skin tone and highlighting areas, all the raised areas on her face, the highest points, like that huge bridge of her nose, her cheeks, her lips, her chin, all that. And of course, we've got to give her her white mutant eyes. And continuing our 90s punk rocker theme, I'm giving her some green lips. I'm starting with a dark green and then highlighting the inside of her lips with a lighter version of the same color. Now let's get the black on her hair. Now for her tattoos, using this nice faded dark green color, I'm going in and adding some random pictures here and there. Of course, a skull, because she's a mutant and all mutants have a skull somewhere on them. And I'm just filling her entire body in with a bunch of doodles and random words. I wrote the hidden world there, and I write like sculpt like a monster on her arm. And I'm just filling her in as best as possible. And I know that kind of goes against her story where it says that only she can understand the language, but I mean, who can read that? Come on. If you ever find yourself standing before her, remember this: the tattooist doesn't merely ink skin, she inscribes destiny, and once her needle touches you, your life will never be the same. And that is the Tattooist. And then to fade out her tattoos, I just went in with her skin color again, but I watered it down and it just kind of muddled them a little bit and made them look like she's had them forever. Now, because I want her to have a neon colored outfit, I have to have a white base coat, so I just got that on, and then I ended up only painting the tube top lime green because I feel like the top and the bottom lime green would have been too much. But we're just going to dirty that up a little bit and then just give her a black skirt. We're going to take it easy. Now we just got to paint her shoes and the base. And say it with me. And she's done! The tattoo artist is complete. Let me know what you think of her in the comments. Told you she was gonna be different. I really like how she turned out. She actually looks exactly how I pictured her with that really long face and that haircut. I love all of her tattoos. She was honestly a blast to make, and I'm having so much fun coming up with these characters for you, so I really hope you're enjoying the process. Don't forget to grab your Auto plush at aceofclay.com. He just launched today, so grab them while you can. And then as always, thank you so much for watching and being here. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Check me out on Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok at aceofclay, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.